The church and Christianity are nearly synonymous, but what does it really mean? Stay tuned to From the Desk for more. Hi, I'm Pastor Zach, and you're watching From the Desk from First Evangelical Free Church. It's good to be back with you, as it has been a few weeks since we've had one of these videos. This last week, we started a new series at First Free about the church called God's Church, God's Way, and it's a study from the book of Titus. This last week, we asked the question, what is the church? Now, the answer that we gave in the service on Sunday was that the church is a people changed by God according to His word and purpose that manifests that change by the way they live among themselves and among the world. And over the summer, as all three of your pastors go through the book of Titus, we're going to take a look and see how that plays out. However, there is a theological answer to that question, what is the church, that we didn't necessarily talk about on Sunday, and I wanted to mention it here. Because when we're talking about the church, we're really talking about two separate things. The first is the church universal. Now, when we talk about the universal church, and if you're looking at old versions of some of the creeds, you might hear the word Catholic Church, which means universal. That church, that universal church, or Big C church, is a church that consists of all believers throughout all times, no matter what location they're in. That means you're part of the same church as the Apostle Paul. You're in the same church as some of the church fathers, just like Augustine, the Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and C.S. Lewis, and some other great names from church history. You are all part of that church because you follow Jesus. You bear His name. You are a Christian, and that makes you part of the universal church. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy singing some of the classic hymns, because it connects us and reminds us that we are the same church that has been existing for, at this point, 2 millennia. Sometimes singing the very same songs, singing those songs with Christians all throughout the country, all throughout the world. The second kind of church we talk about is the local church, or sometimes we say the small C church. That means we're not talking about you being in the same church as somebody in Chicago or in St. Louis. It means the group of people who have gathered together regularly, as according to Hebrews 10:25, that gather and sing songs and praise Him and sit under a common teaching together, encourage one another to righteousness. This is the same group of believers that will call you on the things that you're not necessarily doing right. And a lot of the instructions that we're going to be looking at as we're studying the book of Titus are all going to be conversations about what the local church looks like. I encourage you to read Titus once a week throughout the summer. I guarantee that it will be a blessing to you as we go through this. The next sermon in our series will be on elders from our senior pastor, Rob Caminiti. However, that won't happen this coming Sunday. As a reminder, we are going to have an incredible experience, a science extravaganza that will happen at Coronado High School at 10:15. The doors will open at 9:30. So if you come to our location at 820 North 30th Street, there won't be anybody there. We'll all be at Coronado, as we're going to see how science glorifies the person who created all of the universe. Thanks for joining us on From the Desk. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks, and if this has been helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time right here on From the Desk.